This computer terminal provides full access to the L-Cars computer net.
Well, hey guys, welcome to the L-Cars ATV Subspace channel. Well, we're out here in Utah again. This is the February 2021 eveRide Shred Rally, week long. And this is actually day 4 of the rally, the last day of the rally, or day 4 of the riding, I should say. And, yeah, I don't know why I decided to do this one next, but I kind of thought this was a fun video to do with all the rocks and stuff, so, well, here we go. As you can see, I'm on the 300 XCW, or Sparta. Had quite the pleasure to ride this bike, and what a treat it was.
There, what is?
And as you can see, the terrain here is quite rocky. It almost looks like Mars.
Okay, this is the most rock I have seen, like ever.
Yes, it is the most rocks I've ever seen. Probably ever. But we are on our way to some trail Tyler had in mind. Just crawling up this cliffside here and rocks everywhere, and it's pretty challenging. I really enjoy riding rocks like this.
Gnarly, man.
The landscape is just surreal. It really is.
Tyler, is this 450L endanger our friendship?
Yes, Tyler was riding the Sierra 450L, and he was not liking it. I was supposed to ride it. There are some reasons that he was riding it. I'm sure he'll explain it in a video one of these times. But that bike is definitely not suited for this type of riding. Just it flames out all the time, and the engine braking is so much. Just really not a great bike for this. I rode it for a little bit on this trail here. Yeah, I was not a fan of the bike. I was actually surprised how much I didn't like it. I really thought that would be a great bike. Especially for the money they want to charge for that bike. But anyways, this bike here, the 300 XCW is, wow, this is like the perfect dirt bike.
Yeah, I can you definitely see the 450L being a real pain in the butt in this kind of terrain.
Yes. Well, what's nice about this ride here is, you know, we go to an eveRide rally and you get the pack talks and you can talk to each other, and you know, it's really kind of fun to ride with that, and you know, you just talk with the guys and mess with
pretty gnarly here.
Mess with everybody and joke around while you're riding, or just tell everybody where you're going, or if you're having trouble, you can you know, tell everybody, hey, just having a little trouble here, and you can hang back or whatever. It's really nice to have. As you can see, this bike just crawls up anything.
Good job, buddy. That was awesome.
That up there is Randy. He is from Florida.
You're not riding the 450L, right?
Yes, Randy would be very thankful he's not riding the 450L right now. But Randy's a really cool dude. He rode the first day, and he ended up taking a tumble pretty early on and kind of bruised his ribs or something, as I recall. But he took the next couple of days off, and I actually got to ride Randy's bike the rest of that day, which was really cool. So I ended up accidentally, I think, boiling off of Tyler's rear brake oil. My boot was probably hanging on the brake pedal a little much, and so Randy ended up riding this bike back to the Moto Mansion, and I got to ride the 300 TEI, brand new. And what a treat that bike is. I had a hard time. Yeah, I had a hard time deciding which bike I liked better, that 300 TEI or the 300 XCW. They were both great bikes. But yeah, Randy up there, and I'll introduce Michael. Michael's up there too. He was on the rally, and they had both bought brand new bikes at Rocky Mountain ATV right there in St. George, and they practically lived at the Moto Mansion last year, or this year. So they actually kept their bikes there at the Moto Mansion because they were going on so many rallies, which is nice. But both great bikes. Michael rides the 300 XCW fuel injected. Tyler's bike has the Electron, of course. As you can see, got a nice cliffside views here. really kind of nerve-wracking when you're right next to a cliff and you're riding rocks that are throwing you all the way around. It's like, ooh, pretty, and then, oh yeah, the bike's throwing you around. It's like 500 feet down to the bottom.
That's a nice drop right there.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I've been out in Utah several times now, and this was definitely one of the most unique rides. This is break time here at the top of the cliff or hill, mountain, whatever. Could enjoy the view for a little bit, take a water break.
Wow. Look at that view. That's pretty far down.
Alright, back on the trail here. There's Tyler up ahead there on the dreaded 450L. Yeah, I was actually really surprised how much I didn't like that bike. I figure for like $10,000, $11,000 it'd be like a smoking awesome bike. And that 300 XCW makes crawling up anything so easy. It's almost like magical when you come up to an obstacle and it just crawls right up it. It's that two-stroke, it behaves almost like a four-stroke. It just lugs up anything. Alright, so now
Yeah, it really took a minute or two to get used to it. Like,
we are headed down into this valley. I think this is where Ragna-Rock is. So, like, I think Tyler had thought this trail led somewhere, and it didn't. But we just went down this gauntlet of rocks in Obstacles Valley, and it was, you know, we didn't know it right now, but man, it was quite the challenge. But I actually really enjoyed it. I know Tyler probably felt really bad. Because, you know, it totally didn't lead to the trail he thought it did. But I actually really enjoyed it. And it was very challenging. It was harder for me to stand up on this type of riding. But I should have been standing up more. But yeah, as you can see, it's just non-stop rocks and crawling and more crawling. But the 300 XCW just made it like really fun, honestly. It there's Michael right there. Yeah, Michael, give her a go, eh? That was his coined phrase there. So Michael behind me there in the red there, he'll show up eventually here. But he is he's a freaking awesome rider. He didn't start too long ago either, but he really practiced all the stuff from Cross-Train Enduro videos and Tyler's videos, and really practiced a lot and became a really good rider. He was no challenge he wouldn't try.
Accidents happen. Better be lucky than good.
As you can see, it's only going to get more difficult too. It's really like, it's really something. I mean, these dirt bikes just crawl up anything and go down. It's really quite amazing to me, actually, what these bikes can do. I wouldn't even want to walk in here, honestly. But I'll ride a bike in there. There's Michael. Perfect form. Look at him. He's standing up. The guy's just awesome. I always have to remind myself to do all these things, like, you know, move my weight around and stand up. And I really have to consciously remind myself. But Michael, he always did all this right stuff and paid off in the end. He was a good rider. This is where you come to an obstacle and go, I'm going to get past this.
Hi, Michael.
Michael is from Minnesota.
The North Star of the Rock Canyon. Now this is Broken Elbow Pass, right?
Yeah, we started coming up with all the names because we were doing some really hairy riding all 4 days. Like, just, it was truly,
Doesn't have any protective gear at all.
truly a shred rally, this whole rally. And some of the stuff we did was really, really kind of insane. But we all wanted it. We all enjoyed it. And we all started coming up with names like Broken Elbow Pass, Broken Neck Valley, and, you know, all these stupid names. We started coming up with these trails, and it was actually pretty funny.
There's the right.
And I forgot to mention so far, but this trail is the Kick Tyler and the Nads trail. So we named it that afterwards. He felt so bad. I don't know why though, because like we all had fun on it. I think his experience. Oh, there goes Randy. He was a good sport though.
Yeah.
Randy did freaking awesome on this ride. And I think Tyler's experience on this ride was far different from ours, just because he was riding that 450L and he was not loving it at all. But we did. Yeah, this isn't fast fully single track for sure, but it's great. Rides like this really challenge you because your balance and you gotta really pick the right line. You know, because you know you're off camber, you don't have a footing. You know, down you go.
Trying to have good posture, but I keep having to sit down and jab.
And I love the riding out here because the traction is like awesome everywhere you go, especially with tubeless. Oh, here's an obstacle here. This is where the teamwork comes in. Everybody in the rallies are usually really awesome and help each other out. Everybody sticks with one another. Nobody gets too far ahead or lets somebody behind. And obviously, I'm a little timid, especially with trails that I don't know, but, you know, especially when I'm riding somebody else's bike, I definitely don't want to, like, break it.
This is like the worst spot to bring on 450L or what?
Yeah. Let Randy go. Randy did really well. It's funny because I think we were supposed to pick an easy trail for Randy, but it ended up not being easy. But Randy was a good sport about it, and he did really awesome. One thing I do want to mention about this area here, and this was in February. I cannot imagine doing this on a warmer day, like in May, June, or something like that, when it's like 100 degrees out. it would be like seriously life-threatening if you were riding in here and had an issue. I mean, Tyler just released a video a few weeks ago about that rescue they did between a guy, probably in this area, I think it was, and just, you gotta have water. This would be brutal when it's really hot out. And as you can see, the 300 XCW is just a rock crawling monster. Oh, there, 450L is just a little too wide. It's got a wide butt. Just can't fit through there.
Randy, don't get lost, Randy. What do you think, Michael? Up and over easy or through there?
Oh, and we're gonna give her a go, eh? There we go.
Oh, looks like a glove.
Oh, there we go. 300 XCW can fit through the eye of a needle. Just fit. Now, hindsight, that probably wasn't too smart. You could have wedged that in there and never got it out. Yeah, it was starting to even get warm in February down here. It was actually pretty warm out. And that's what I'm saying, man. If it was like 85, 90, 100 degrees, it would just be like you're really taking your life into your hand out the desert like this. There's nowhere to go. You're fully exposed.
Now, this is a pretty interesting trail, though. You know, it's challenging, though. But it's challenging. Randy's the one who wanted the rocks. So
yeah, Randy did ask for rocks.
Randy's like, more? Yeah, Randy, I believe he said, most difficult rock section you have on the menu.
Yeah, we were trying to tailor this ride to Randy because he had been riding for a couple days. I don't think that worked out how we planned. But I love riding out in Utah. It's just great traction, and there's so much different environments to ride in.
Oh, there's a pit up the stair right there.
Oh yeah, this is where the trail ends. So this right here was called the Pit of Despair. And so down there was quite a drop and an incline to get down to this rest of the valley, and I was like, oh, let's just do it, we'll all help each other get the bikes down. Yeah, no problem, we'll just keep going. And then Tyler, who was smarter than I am, decided to take a gander and hike down there and look, and then came up and said, no, we should probably turn around. And I forgot to mention, these other two guys, Tyler's friends, joined us on the ride. They were out riding behind us most of the time, but one guy decided to kind of take his bike down there and give it a go, but even he decided, nope, not going to happen. But Tyler very wisely did not listen to my stupid self and decided to turn around. It would have been it probably could have been pretty dangerous if we kept going, honestly, you know. So, and that's where it's nice to have a trail guide. And this is exactly why, you know, you pay for, you know, trail guides and stuff, because, you know, you don't know where you're going. Somebody else does. They know the area, and you could get in some potentially life-threatening situations. And but anyways, I'm glad he didn't listen to me on that one. I'm all positive about stuff like, yeah, let's do it, yeah. And I'm like, Michael, give her a go, eh? So I'm pretty sure Michael would have wanted to try it. But actually, the ride back up was actually more fun because, I don't know, it was just more fun going up all the rocks and stuff. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. This is definitely one of the more interesting rides I've ever done in my life. I mean, I live in New York, and we don't have, obviously, anything like this. We have lots of, rocks and stuff. I mean, not like this much, but when you go in the certain areas, Pennsylvania especially, like, there's a lot of rocks, but it's just a different type of rock, mostly more slippery and wet. But you got the right... Oh, we're going to go through the eye of the needle again.
No.
Yeah, Tyler's battery had something with the ground or something. It has a plastic part and it keeps coming off. So I couldn't use the e-start. Yeah, the eye of the needle. That is amazing that bike fit through that.
Still one in there. I'll be able to kick it when I'm in there.
Oh yeah, if I got that stuck in there, I would not have been able to kick it. Of course the GoPro doesn't give any indication of an incline or anything. Everything looks flat, but, there's some pretty good inclines, and a lot of the rocks is, you're really off camber a lot, and going uphill, and it's actually a lot more difficult than it looks.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry.
Yeah, poor Tyler, that 450L.
Go to the right.
Yeah, 450L is not for technical enduro. Actually, I wouldn't mind doing this trail again. It was pretty fun. I'd like to get my bike out there again. I ride a GPX TSC 250R. I had it out there before, but not nearly on this terrain here. But I think my GPX would have done really well here too. Yeah.
Tough one, Randy.
Oh yeah. Of course, GoPro's like, oh, it's flat.
Tough one, Randy.
It's amazing the traction you get, though. Just the rocks in general, but having tubeless is so huge. I don't think I would ever ride a dirt bike without tubeless, ever. This terrain is truly surreal. It's funny, well, all the different spots I've been riding in Utah every time on an eveRide rally, this is totally different from all the other ones. I love having that pack talk and talking to the other riders while you're riding. It makes the ride so much more enjoyable.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. Yeah, this is where... Definitely nice to have other people to help you. I would never want to do this ride alone.
Alright, I'm gonna Yeah, what a bad spot here.
Need a little front wheel traction there. Wheel drive.
I think we got it.
Nice little drop off to the right there. That's why I'm being so careful. This is where you definitely want a spotter. I would never want to do this trail alone. It would be too dangerous. Of course, Michael just nails it.
Oh, yeah. You stay to the right, you would have made it. There, hold on. Oh, buddy. Hold on, let me roll you up. Got it?
Michael doesn't need any help. Yeah, that's why I say Michael's just a great rider. And a good dude. Everybody on this rally is good. We're actually missing somebody on this rally. Somebody from Texas. I forgot his name, but he was supposed to come, but he got... it was during that big Texas ice storm, and he got stranded in the airport, and then he had to go back home because he had no power and water. And but he ended up not being able to come, which was a huge bummer. Yeah, I would rather have my GPX 4-stroke out here than that 450L by far. My 300 FSE 300 GPX would do much better than that 450L. The GPX just kills that 450L off-road. That is just amazing that that bike just crawled up that.
That one's pretty gnarly.
But yeah, I mean, I have the 2-stroke GPX and the 4-stroke GPX, and either one of those bikes would do phenomenal out here. Yeah, this was seriously fun. I mean, look at that. I enjoy this type of riding. Ironically, I live out, like I said, I live in New York, and it's lots of woods riding and stuff like that. I don't particularly love tight woods a lot of times. I like single track through woods, but I don't like the tight woods, like turn here every 5 feet, and, you know, I like flowy single track, and,
oh my gosh, the single track is amazing.
yeah, the single track here. But yeah, I honestly like riding out here a lot better than I do out east, for sure. But there are some good trails out east, though. Yeah, the 300 XCW just makes everything so effortless, almost. Not effortless, but, you know, it just makes it, you know... It's like the bike isn't hampering you at all. It's helping you. Definitely a workout, though. Still a workout.
Yeah, stuff like this is where your balance drills come in handy.
Yes, indeed. Balance is very key on this. I need to do more balance drills myself. See why we're calling this trail, Kick Tyler and the Nads trail.
Progress!
Yeah, I would definitely do this trail again. Ragna-Rock. I'm actually hoping to get out here again. Fall 2021 or spring of 2022. One of these times, though. I would like to get out there again, hopefully soon, for a 4th rally. I always love spending time with my friend Tyler as well. Oh yeah, crawls right up. I enjoyed all the rallies I've been on tremendously. It's hard to say. This one is probably one of my favorites just because of all the different terrain I rode, but they're all enjoyable. You can't go wrong. Any ride you go on. And here we are at an impasse here. Tough little incline here, and definitely need some teamwork. Randy's gonna spot me.
Better be lucky than good. Alright, buddy. Hold
Gonna
on.
give
Don't do anything.
Randy a hand up here.
Hold on. We, Oh, hold on. Can you put it in, Hold on, I gotta step down in there. Hold on. Okay,
Hopefully there's not a
lift your
snake
tire.
in there, is
Hold on,
what I'm
buddy.
thinking.
A little more, a little more. Hold on, don't do anything. Alright, walk it up, buddy. Or ride it up, whatever. Oh, show off. Ah, show off. Outside again. Behind you.
Look at that sexy 450L. They are nice looking bikes. Always like the Hondas, how they look. Yeah, eveRide School of Rock.
Captain's dog, stardate 220.21. We are stuck in a quantum causality loop.
I forgot to mention. Oh, they're off. Nothing to put your foot on there. I forgot to mention Tyler had a especially hard time on this with the 450L, but not only because of the bike, but he had some a wrist issue, I think, and he was having a hard time with that. Which I think he got from riding, you don't see it on this ride, but there's a 300XC that he was riding a couple days ago. And we're out of Ragna-Rock, or Kick Tyler and the Nads trail, so we got out. We had originally planned on straight ahead, just going down there and riding, but I think it was so much energy expended. Yeah, what an amazing view. But we expended so much energy, or I think we just decided to not end up going there, because I think everybody was pretty pretty gassed at that point. Of course, GoPro makes this look like flat and no incline.
If you need help going up some, just let me know. If I need help.
Yeah, Randy did awesome. Actually, it does look like a little bit of an incline here. Alright, GoPro kind of caught that a little bit. XCW strikes again. Front wheel drive there.
Go stop.
The reason I didn't get stuck there is because I cleverly placed a rock in front of that for traction. Very clever indeed.
I don't think I make that one. Oh yeah, look at that dude. Oh, I go down in there.
Yeah, I actually wanted to keep going. I just see that I'm very positive when I ride, and I think I can just ride all day, keep going. But I do reach a wall, and then it's probably smarter that I don't. But I'm usually very positive and just keep going. But my body says no at some point and says, nope, you got no more. But the views are just so incredible here, especially when you're on a cliffside looking out. That's why I love it out here. You can just see forever and ever. No trees really, but you drive a half an hour north and you're in a forest, which is nice. So we're making our way out. I think we're gonna start headed back to the truck here, I think.
Waddle, waddle, waddle.
Nothing wrong with a little waddle action. Alright, little single track action here. But yeah, it's fun right next to cliff sides and stuff. It's a little unnerving, but it's also really incredible too. Like, wow, look at that. One mess up and you're dead. I was actually more worried because it wasn't my bike. Just worried about some throttle stick or something like that launching me off a cliff, because it's not my bike, so I don't know all its behaviors. So that throttle just kind of stuck, whoa, just launch off a cliff there. That was what's going through my head as I'm riding on the side of it.
Oh. All right. I got no push button. Want to just tractor me up and I can. Oh, hold on. Losing bearing. There we go.
Yeah, again, this is why you don't ride alone. Especially out in the desert.
Oh, wow, cool.
That's also what makes Utah different than other places like Arizona. The rock is all different colors. It's really pretty to look at. we're getting pretty close to the end of the ride here, but I think we're all getting pretty gassed here, and it's probably a good thing we ended up leaving when we did, because there was a big storm front kind of coming in. It did end up raining and a lot of wind on the when we got back to the Moto Mansion. But you just look out in that landscape there. It's just like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. And we're back at the truck here. And Tyler's wrist was hurting so bad that I rode the 450L home for him.
Are we all done with the eveRide School of Rocks?
But yeah, we didn't. Unfortunately, on this ride too, we also one of the bikes or something shifted and it shredded one of the tires of the trailer. There's Tyler's Frankenstein trailer, and that's right behind us. And I don't know if he ever retrieved it. It was there like for quite a while. But shredded the tire and couldn't ride it. Put all the bikes in the truck, but riding the 450L home for him just because he was just so. Tyler was probably like 3 times more gas than we were for riding the 450L and all that, and his wrist. But I just love this view. I actually enjoyed it. Enjoyed it very much just looking at it. 450L probably makes a pretty good dual sport, but not for enduro for sure. And look at Michael there. Little comfort action there. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And Ragna-Rock, aka Kick Tyler and the Nads Trail, live long and ride.